Am I the a-hole for telling my husband's family they are not allowed around my newborn anymore? I 30F have a 6-week-old baby and just told my husband's entire family that they are not allowed around her at all until she's 6 to 12 months. I made this decision without my husband and I don't feel I'm wrong at all, and I refuse to backpedal from my decision regardless of how it makes him feel. Long story short, both my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law came to see the baby last week, and a few days following this, the baby is sick, super congested, puking, etc. I bring her to her doctors. She's fine, but has the upper respiratory infection. Doctors tell me to continue to breastfeed on demand, and they gave her an RSV vaccination. Well, my husband called his mom when we were leaving the doctors, and he had her on speaker because his phone is busted and only works that way. He gives her the rundown on what's going on with the baby, and that's when she basically tells us that not only was she exposed to the flu by one of her clients, but apparently sister-in-law's husband had COVID the week prior to her coming to see the baby. Neither of them told us this when making the decision to come meet our daughter. In fact, I specifically asked them if either of them were sick or around anyone who was, and they said no. So they lied to me about it and continued their facade while at my home because my husband's other sister called while mother-in-law and sister-in-law were at my home. And I told her she couldn't come over because her daughter had the flu and I wasn't chancing it. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law heard me say this on the phone and still made out like they hadn't been exposed to anything. Needless to say, I confronted them both via phone and I was met with a, "You need to build baby's immune system, blah blah blah. It's not a big deal, she will be fine, etc. etc." So I told them that neither of them were welcome here or around my daughter until she was 6 to 12 months old, if then, because they are selfish as f. My husband is absolutely pissed right now. He says I'm going to isolate him and make him depressed. He has a history of depression, and that he needs his family, big family man, and that I'm selfish to do this to him right before their big family holiday celebrations, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I basically told him I didn't care. Our daughter not becoming sick is my top priority, and his family doesn't give a damn about that, so they aren't going to be around her. My friends also say I'm wrong because this should be my husband's decision too. Am I the a-hole for doing this?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. My newborn almost died because of our SV. Look out for your baby. No one else will.
Not the a-hole. Our SV is no joke for infant, and you need to protect the baby's health. Opie's husband can visit his family anytime by himself.
Not the a-hole. Keep your child safe. As the father, he should also prioritize keeping his child safe, but not everyone does the right thing. He is responsible for his own mental health and needs to navigate that appropriately.
The whole build an immune system thing is ridiculous too. Sure, kids do build up their immune system by general life exposure, but there's no reason to intentionally do it, especially where an infant is concerned. I would be livid if someone was like, it's fine if your newborn gets the flu. It could be good for them.
The only thing I would have done differently is let him know. Before you told his family, not ask him, let him know.